Hey everyone, it's Ree with Dear Ree Talk. How's everyone doing today? I, for the last few days, have mulled some things over and I just wanted to, talk to you guys. And this is for my women. The first thing is, you pretty much have heard the saying, black women are the most disrespected and all those things, which is so true. But if you look in the Asian, the white, well, sometimes in the white, but if you look in the Asian and the Spanish culture, they're disrespected, but nowhere near us as the black women. So that phrase rings bells all the time. What people just do not understand, this wasn't ingrained in us. This goes back to the mothers, the mothers. This go back from the beginning of time when our ancestors were brought over here. And even before that, black people in general have learned how to survive and make something out of nothing. But the women, most of all, especially since we've been over here, we have had to learn how to cultivate and how to take care of our children. And I'm not saying all black men are bad, but the saying goes in our culture, mama's baby is papa's maybe. That doesn't mean the child is not the father's child, but we were always taught, most black women was always taught, when you have a baby, have that baby. Don't just have the baby for the man, because if you have the baby for the man, you're going to be hurt because you're going to have to pick up the pieces. So when they say we're too loud, okay, when we have to be, we're too aggressive when we have to be. We're too, I have this, I have everything that they want to say about us. We are all that and more. We are so dynamic that some people, with the exception of God, would never, ever get a chance to understand who we are, how we feel. You can see us and we can make things look so effortless. And it doesn't matter how you try to duplicate our hips, our lips, our curves, our butt. You can never duplicate the essence of who we are as a black woman. And I'm calling to all my women and most definitely my black sisters. I'm calling upon you. These young girls out here, if we can't get it together and we can't be sisters in arms, and I just don't understand, regardless if you don't feel like a person has done somebody wrong, I could say Melody, I could say myself, I could say plenty of different women, my cousins, everybody done been through something. Yes, Melody was on a platform, but there have been other women that have suffered in silence. And today is the day that if you want to go, and let's give an example for Martell, you got women out there going for him. That's fine. Do whatever you want. That's your opinion, allegedly. But that doesn't mean you got to down your sister. You don't have to walk on her back. You don't have to walk on her back to get what you want. If it's meant for you, it'll come to you. And I'm calling all the women and all our sisters, we have to get together. We got to show this generation coming behind us, because when I tell you that I have boys, and I know it's plenty of us out there have boys, and it's not just the boys, it's the sisters that have girls. The generation that's coming behind us, oh my goodness, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like I'm just saying, like, we got to get it together for them. We got to be able to show them, okay, the era that we grew up in, it's really almost gone. It's all really gone. People don't respect marriages anymore. They don't respect relationships. And, I'm not going to be on my soapbox because I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, I just want to call all my sisters together. It don't matter if you have money, if you don't have money. We have sisters out there suffering right now in silence. Suffering in silence. This is why I began my channel, because I wanted to reach the women that will not come out and talk. They can come, like I put my email and I put my website. We need to be there to help our women in our community. It doesn't matter if we start out just helping one. Give your volunteer hours, because we're already being disrespected by the men, by, people of other nationalities and colors. But we are disrespecting our own color. If you see a sister and she is going, this is to my sisters, the sisters that out there that get what I'm saying, it's not you. I'm talking about the ones that even in our own family, you got people that dislike your growth. So you got to keep your accolades, and you have to keep your awards and your achievements to yourself, because if you don't keep them to yourself, somebody's going to try to pray against you. But guess what? You can pray against me, but what God has for me and has for my sisters and have for all the other women, what God has for all the other women and other nationalities is for us. You cannot stop what God has for us. But what we can do is help ourselves. Help ourselves. I've never truly known what it's like to have a sisterhood, because it's just, I'm going to just call it, and it's going to be some people not like what I say, but I'm going to say it. Half of the time when you worried about or hating on somebody, what else, and I don't even like the word hate, when you disliking somebody, they don't even know it. They don't even pay attention to it. You wasting all that energy on somebody that's not even finding you irrelevant, not even thinking about what you're doing. Sometimes they don't even know you. Stop wasting your energy, the same energy you wasting on that other sister or that other woman about what she's doing. She's had to grab her boots by the straps. We've had to grab. Nothing has been given to us. Nothing. And I'm sorry for yelling. Now, some women, they use what they got. And hey, I'm not judging them. That's them. But for the ones of us that have been in the trenches, that has had hands put on us, that has been mentally, emotionally abused, not just by a man. It could be by somebody in your family. It could be an auntie. It could be anyone. We all have battle scars. We all have battle scars. And it takes me back to when my grandmother, God rest her soul, old Alabama woman, she'll be in that kitchen and she'll be in there cooking. The essence of a black woman. She'll be in there cooking and she'll stop in her footsteps and she'll start singing a song. And I didn't know at that time, but I know now because I was a child, I was a teenager. I didn't know what she was singing about. I didn't know what was going on with her internally. But what I want to tell anybody listening to this, before you judge a black woman, you got to walk a mile in her shoes, baby. You don't know what we do for the people that we love. We give the shirt off our back, even for the people we don't know. But the way the world has turned against us, we can be in the workplace with a Caucasian woman, with a black man, with a young person, All those people, we got to fight harder. We got to work harder. We got to do all that. And we still got to make sure our children are taken care of. Make sure they got a place to stay. Pay for the daycare. Feed them. Get home at a certain time. We got to do all of that. And we do it all with our heads hanging up high. No tears shed. Shoulders back. With God's blessing. I can't even tell you on this recording how to really be the essence of a black woman unless you don't know it. And I'm not saying the other women of other nationalities do not have things in their race. I'm quite sure they do, and I've seen it. But at the end of the day, we are not allowed to cry. We are not allowed to say, you know what I told my husband one day? I had to tell him this because we are used to doing stuff and we don't even know that we emulate and we give off that we're so strong. And one day he seen me and I told him, he never seen me cry. And I told him, I say, I know you think I'm strong, but I'm not. I'm not strong. I'm strong in the sense I get up and do what I need to do, but I'm a human being. I'm a woman. I'm soft inside. I'm not hard on the inside. Even if you don't do what you're supposed to do, I still got to do what I got to do. People look at black women as we're hard. We're not soft. We don't have any flaws. We don't hurt, but we do. We hurt. We hurt more than you know we hurt. And for me to see another sister, I'm regardless of what this child did, it hurt me so bad when I seen a sister, honey. I'm going to tell you something. It's some content creators out there feel the same way I feel about their sisters. Queen Sheba. Hey Girl Hey, Auntie Ann. Wente Talk. Dinah Rose. The list goes on and on and on. We are sisters. We have never had to be in the same womb. We ain't never laid eyes on each other in person. But I promise you, and I put this on my children and my right hand to God, if any one of those women, because I've sat back and I've watched them, if any one of those women ever needed me to be there for a shoulder to cry on or talk, I will be there. I'll take everything I got and I'll come to them. And that's what we got to start doing. We have to start being there for our sisters. Period. We can't wait for nobody else to do it. We got to do it. We have to do it ourselves. We have to. We have to do it ourselves. The first time I ever spoke with Hey Girl Hey, she was a beacon of light. She haven't changed from the first time I listened to her to now. It doesn't matter if you wear makeup. It don't matter if you got an afro. We're all sisters. Do you know I don't have a jealous bone in my body? I don't. We are all eclectic. We have our own style. We have our own taste. What's for you is for you. Because money comes and goes. Homes comes and goes. Materialistic stuff comes and goes. Believe you, I've started over several times. Several times. Several. I've had situations, or I've, oh my Lord. I'm going to just tell you. You name it, I done been through it. Had me even looking at myself and judging myself. And I remember dropping on my knees, God, and asking God, why am I here? What is my purpose? All I could tell you, maybe one day before I leave this earth, that people, because there's other countries that, they feel differently of black women, well, some of them. But at the end of the day, we are not to be feared. We are not to be neglected. We are not, you don't have to walk past us and look at us like, you want to say, oh, wow, you look nice or you're attractive, but people just stare. You speak to them and they look like, oh, she spoke. We are not aliens. We are flesh and blood. We are different colors of the spectrum. We are highly intelligent. And even for the ones that need an extra little nug, we are there to help. We are there to help. And this is not about Ariane, but Ariane, let me tell you something, baby. If you would have humbled yourself from the beginning, and if you would have came out and said you was wrong, we are here not to judge you, but we will not allow you to drag another sister down. We won't do that, baby. We will not allow you to drag somebody else down. We won't do it. And until you and every other woman out there like you ask God for forgiveness, you may think the little money you get here and there, but you losing more. You losing more. All my sisters know what I'm talking about. When you in a relationship, it don't matter if it's with a man, woman, or who. And when you leave that person and you doing good and God is blessing you, but when that person come back and you can't pay a bill, you can't do anything, that's letting you know that that person is blocking your blessings. And I'm gonna get off here. I've been mulling this over. Should I get on and say it? But you know what? If one person like it, that's all that matters to me. But I'm saying to all of my sisters that hear this and all of my women that hear it, you're not alone. We are here for you. You will find more love, help, and appreciation from a black woman, my other women, than I know any other race. Because guess what? We suffer in silence. But guess what? We don't suffer in silence by ourselves. God blesses us. So it comes a time when that suffering stops and he takes us out of where we've been. He takes us out of those situations. He takes us out and put us where we need to be. He took me out of a whole state when I tried to stay in the state. So when you're suffering in silence, you don't know who God may bring in your path. I made it because he put strangers in my path. And I just want to say I love all of my sisters, good, bad, or indifferent. If you do something wrong to me, I'll pray for you. And I'm still a work in progress. So if you do something wrong to me, you can't keep doing it now. I'm going to just tell you, I'm a work in progress. But I want everybody, all the women, we are fabulous in our own way. In our own way, we are fabulous. And I don't have to know you to love you and pray for you. This is Dear Reed. I love all the women in the world, my sisters. I embrace you, or as my grandma would say, in my bosoms. I'm telling you, I learned from an old Alabama woman. I learned. And some things I rebelled on. And sometimes I cry because I wish I would have listened more. It's just a lot of wishing. But what I can do, I can do better. And in some ways, I'm still learning. And that's when it comes to my older sisters to help carry that torch. And I help carry the torch for, women behind me. And I just want to say this last thing. Like the song go, we are soldiers. We are in the army. And we have to fight. So we have to fight. We have to put on that bloodstained banner. You know what? This is Dear Ree, because I'll keep going. This is Dear Ree. Until I speak with you guys again, I love you all. And I'm so glad that y'all welcome me with open arms. Because I need each and every last one of you. Thank you.